Nora and I used to live in the Kootenays for a while, and we lived in a 12 by 16 cabin with no running water, overlooking the Kootenay River in Glade, which was right between Castlegar and Nelson. And of course, because you had no running water, it was a real trick to for personal hygiene. You know, you had to. I eventually put a water line in, but so I used to swim in the river a lot just to keep clean. Didn't use soap to damage the environment, but I swam a lot and rubbed myself down and so on. Used the clay to rub myself down. Oh yes! And so, but Nora discovered that if you go to Nelson, to the leisure centre, for $1 whole, you could go and have a hot shower. And so she would come back from these trips and I would be envious. So I said to myself, okay, well, I'm going to try it. Now, I'm really shy, so I tend to be a reclusive individual. Anyway, I went. Now, I arrived there with my little bag, and to get to the showers, the men's showers, you had to walk through the equivalent of a big gymnasium. One entire wall was all mirror, with exercise stations and so on. And there in that area was Hercules, Charles Atlas, I mean all these perfect bodies dressed in multicolored spandex. And I thought, my God, here's me, short, dumpy, bald, and I got to make it to the showers. So I put my head down so that nobody would really notice me, and I scurried across the floor and I got into the shower area. Lucky for me, nobody was in there. And I thought, oh, I can have a good scrub down, good soap suds, hot water, oh joy! Well, by the time I finished, Charles Atlas and the other guy had already come in and they were changing. So now we have these two really muscle-bound dudes. And a little chubby guy wants to get out of the shower, feeling self-conscious. So I grabbed my towel, reached outside, grabbed my towel, and I stepped out onto the, each shower had a wooden rack, like a drain rack. You stood on it so you weren't standing on a wet floor. And the wooden rack was maybe 4 inches high. I stepped out onto the wooden rack, and it broke. So I don't know if you've ever tried pulling clothes out of a totally wet body. And I ended up in the parking lot beside the car with clothes all akimbo, buttons in the wrong place, with a really red face, and reasonably agitated. I never went back, I just stayed swimming in the river. Now, it was just about then when I turned 50, and turning 50 for me was really depressing. Man. So on my 50th, and Nora made the mistake of buying me a bottle of rum, and I took that bottle of rum, and I went out to the bank looking down at the Kootenay River, and I sat on the church pew that Nora's grandpa had made. We hauled it there and put it on the bank. Sat on the church pew with my guitar and the bottle of rum. And over the course of the next few hours, I cleaned off the bottle of rum, got positively sozzled, and wrote this song. So that was kind of convoluted process to get to the song, but there we are.
He came back in a 12 by 16 cabin.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm 15, I have 3 children, and I still don't know
anything about life. And Nora was already curled up in the bed, which was, it was amazing what she did with a 12 by 16 cabin, because we had a little kitchen, a bedroom, a closet. I don't know how she did it.
Music room?
Yep, it was all in that little 12 by 16. Anyway, and I made probably one of the best outhouses that the Kootenays has ever seen.
You gotta love a good outhouse.
You know, you gotta have that.
So this song is a result of that.
The outhouse? No. All the depressing stuff. And the bottle of rum, don't forget. But I've been sober ever since, so there you are. Haven't I, Joe?
Yeah.
Sometimes a cold night will make you drink wine to chase out the demons and help you kill time. Sometimes it's only the years. Sometimes it's only the years. And an old girl once told me, when I asked her why, she said you drink when you're thirsty and you cry when you're dry inside. And then you drink one more, and you drink one more, and you drink one more for the night. Sometimes a bottle turns wishes to flies that hang on a web in the roof of your mind. Sometimes it's only the fear. Sometimes it's only the fear. And that old girl, she told me, with a tear in her eye, she said, you drink when you're thirsty and you cry when you're dry inside. And then you drink one more, and you drink one more, and you drink one more for the night. Then when you're warmer and nothing remains except the heave of your heart and the sound of the rain, sometimes it's only the tears. Sometimes it's only the tears. And that old girl, she told me, as her tears drowned in wine, she said, you drink when you're thirsty and you cry when you're dry inside. And then you drink one more, and you drink one more, and you drink one more for the night. Thank you.